All right, friends, it is the next day and the rain is starting to come down already. Sooner than I thought it was going to come down, actually. I guess the weatherman was wrong. That's a shocker. He's never wrong. Friends, this is red oak. It's an 8-footer. The diameter down here on the operator's side, we're looking at 26 inches. Down here away from you guys is the large end. It's around 29 inches. So this is a good sized log with a lot of board footage in it. There's a little bit of taper in this, and I'm not going to try to correct that with my toe boards, and the reason is there's a ton of rot in the sapwood on the outside, so we got to get rid of it anyway. So we'll take some heavier cuts as we skin this thing down because that wood's got to go. There's several inches of rot on the outside of this log here, probably 2 to 3 inches maybe in some parts. As far as sawing, I'm going to do 5/4 on the thickness. If you're new to this channel, that's 1 1/4 inches on the thickness. And I'm not sure how we're going to saw it when we get it squared up. I may try to get some quarter sawn boards out of it if the grain is running pretty straight. It's hard to tell with the bark being off and all this nastiness here on the outside. But I think we might get some decent quarter sawn boards as we're sawing it. Now, I'm not going to do conventional quarter sawing where I quarter it out. What I'm talking about is, as I start to saw this log, I will look for quarter sawn grain and try to capture that when I can. This log has been on the ground for almost 4 years. I forgot about it, that's a shocker. And it's going to be a good one, guys. There should be a lot of character in this oak since it's been down that long.
Arizona garden, stucco in the heat. Let me take you dancing. Let me get you on your feet. Arizona garden.
All right, friends, this log is actually better than I expected. I had to quit sawing for just a minute. We're supposed to get 1 inch of rain between now and tomorrow, and it's going to be a muddy mess up here at the sawmill. So I took those slabs down to the burn pile to discard them and get them out of the way. We will have one more slab from the bottom here, but I'm not worried about it. It won't be as thick as these other ones are. Right now we're at 20 inches on the width. That's too wide for what I'm after. I don't want 1x20s. That really doesn't make sense when you process this after it comes out of the kiln in a few months. So I'm going to come down about 8 or 9 inches and cut a block off, throw it in the loading arms, then we'll process the bottom. And we should end up with a lot of lumber and some really nice boards, guys. I was thinking about quarter sawing some of this, but the pith is not straight by no means at all. On this side down here, it's more toward the bottom of the log. When it comes out over here, it's more toward the top. So if we do have any lumber that aligns with quarter sawn grain, we will probably capture it on one end and lose it by the time we get to the other end. So therefore, I'm just going to flat saw the whole thing to be done with it. It's still going to be some really nice lumber. Got nice tight growth rings because this was such an old tree. I think it's going to turn out rather well. On the Sawmill, we got a Joe Maine Silvertip Turbo 7. If you want those blades, friends, give him a phone call. His cell phone number is down in the video description. Did you guys hear that? Every time I hit metal on a log, I would say at least 9 times out of 10, I can hear it exactly when it happens. You hear that little zip that goes on the blade, and you start hearing the set of the blade be messed up and it doesn't sound right. And it's always accompanied by these terrible washboard marks right here where it messes up the blade, but I knew I hit it, guys. I wasn't even halfway into this cut and I hit that nail. That is unfortunate. And I didn't see any signs of metal on the end grain whenever these logs were delivered. Now I know it was 4 years ago when the logs got brought over, but if I'd have saw end grain signs of metal, meaning dark places, I would have marked those for firewood or done something else with them. Because it comes from this came from a tree service, so the likelihood of it having a lot of nails in it is pretty high. But I didn't see any signs of it. This kind of surprises me right here. Luckily, it's just one nail. Now, I do have my handy little nail puller. People ask me about this all the time. I think it's made by Crescent. I got mine on Amazon. They're kind of expensive, but they work really good at pulling nails out of logs. There's a link down below to my Amazon store if you want to go check it out. And people do ask me all the time, why don't you get a metal detector? Well, I do have a metal detector. It's called a Sawmill. It tells me every time I find metal in a log. I'm going to put you guys on the old time lapse while I pull out this nail. Then we'll put a new blade on and try to finish up this log today. Had a lot of setbacks today. All right, so we got a brand new blade on the mill. Tension that up, and hopefully that's the last nail we'll find today. Let's move the controller back here. I'm trying to keep the rain off of it as much as I can. Hopefully we can finish up this log now without any issues. 9 times out of 10 you'll hear it. You'll hear that little zip, then you'll hear the set of the blades start rubbing the lug. It's going to rub the lug. It's going to rub the log. I can't talk today. It's a shocker, isn't it? I can always tell when I hit metal in a log. You hear that little zip, then you automatically hear you set it, hear you. You hear you. Good Lord, hear you. No wonder y'all think I'm a big hit down here. My goodness. Did you guys hear that? Well, did you? What am I talking to? I'm talking about the nail. Try again. All right, friends, this is going rather well. I had to stop sawing for just a few minutes and take the slabs down to the burn pile because if I don't do it now and we get this inch of rain today, it's going to be a mud mess, a mud mess. It's going to be a mud mess. That's silly too, a mud mess.